In this lesson, we're going to understand bar graphs. Now, our essential question is, how do you read data in a bar graph? A bar graph uses bars to show data. A scale of equally spaced numbers helps you read the number each bar shows. And this is very important that we remember that the numbers are equally spaced. Now let's take a look at our bar graph. We have a title, and the title tells us what the bar graph is about. This title is Books Read in October. Now each bar is labeled with a student's name. We can see a purple bar, which is Max's bar, Amy has a blue bar, Seth has a green bar, and Kate has a red bar. Now not all bar graphs are color-coded, but this one is, which makes it fun to look at. The length of a bar tells how many books each student read. You can look and see the length of each bar, and then see the number of books. Now let's take a look at our problem. The students in the reading group made a bar graph to record the number of books they read in October. How many books did Amy read? Well, let's look down here in this blue box. That's going to give us some hints of how to solve the problem. Underline the words that tell you where to find the information to answer the question. Well, here it tells us that they made a bar graph. So that's where we're going to look to answer this question, is in the bar graph. How many students are in the reading group? Well, I'm going to look in the bar graph and see how many students there are on my bar graph. That will tell me how many students there are in the reading group. And I see Max, Amy, Seth, and Kate. So that must be 4. Now, let's look back and see what the question that we're trying to answer. It says, how many books did Amy read? It tells us here that we need to find the bar for Amy. That's the blue bar. And it ends at 5. So, Amy read 5 books in October. Now let's take a look at these questions over here. How many books did Max read? If you said 3, you're correct. How many more books did Kate read than Seth? Well, let's look. Kate read 6 books, and Seth read 4 books. So this part of the graph, or these 2 increments here, show that Kate read 2 more than Seth. Suppose Amy read 2 more books. How many books did she read? Shade the graph to show how many she read. Well, if Amy read 2 more books, that means we would shade 2 more units on our graph, which means that Amy would have read 7 books. Now let's look at one last thing. Let's look at this math talk bubble. It says to explain why it's important for the space between the numbers to be the same. Well, if we didn't have the same amount of space between each number, then we wouldn't be able to accurately compare the books. We need to have the same number so that each space represents the same number of books. So that way we can read it and compare the information accurately. Now that you know how to understand a bar graph, you're going to complete some activities on your own.